When the conversation is limited to toxic content, a substantially stronger amplification effect emerges. These accounts predominantly amplify content produced by Nicki Minaj and Turning Point USA, indicating a notable overlap between the two within this discourse. Hey, Nicki, you don't want TPUSA. No, you don't. Hey, if the TPUSA bots come on your page, you gotta block them because they gonna air out the whole. They gonna make everybody look bad. We know they didn't put no money into their bots.
Is my purpose.
Pass the butter.
The TPUSA bots are fake as that gold card. Yeah, they really just for display purposes only. They not working. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Street Politics. Now, is it me or was this not the ashiest Black History Month in quite some time?
I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about their racist stuff. And don't be looking at
my bow tie. We at the White House? I love Nicki Minaj. She was here a couple of weeks ago. She's so beautiful. Her skin's so beautiful. I said, Nicki is so beautiful. Her nails are like that long.
And just when I think Black History Month can't get any ashier, I see a white light in the distance.
That man is dry and Kunta Kinte's ankle.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, that ain't nothing but cocoa butter. That ain't nothing but cocoa butter. Just you throw this on, you be good.
Go upstairs and put on some lotion. Right there.
No, behind the cocoa butter, I see relief for all my concerns on the current state of the Black community. New reports reveals Nicki Minaj's engagement on Twitter is powered by bots since her affiliation with MAGA. The report, compiled by the disinformation detection company Ciabra, identifies a coordinated network of bots, more than 18,000 of them, that drove algorithms to spread Minaj's posts on X. What? So you mean to tell me that it wasn't thousands of people instantaneously liking her slander directed at everybody from Gavin Newsom to SpongeBob? Huh. The bots is hot. Here you see the inauthentic amplification of political discourse on Nicki Minaj's X account. The bots is hot. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. Nicki Minaj should use that. Oh, she did? The bots is hot. The bots is hot, hot, hot from Nicki Minaj herself. That's how you know she's a true MAGA. That's how you know she's a true MAGA, because they will always tell on themselves. It's always a tweet. There is literally always a tweet or a video. But you can feel at least good about this, Nicki. At least they sprung for the good bots. At least they sprung for the good bots, because these bots lasted several weeks before they were found out. The TPUSA bots didn't even make it through the night. You know what I mean? Your bots been leaving comments and likes, and they've been starting whole fan pages.
What?
Politico just aired out Nicki Minaj's biggest stan pages as bots. These accounts spend the most time in our comments talking about nothing and using grok in dumb arguments. Y'all stay safe. Whew, whew. They give me some relief. They give me some belief in humanity again, because, you know, seeing accounts started by Black women to champion her anti-Blackness and hatred of literally all other women was literally something. And it was, you know what? I can't say it's fixed, but I feel better than I did 15 minutes ago. I at least can tell you that, because I just can't imagine what it says about humanity for people to be that bothered that somebody who admittedly hates your whole identity wasn't uplifted by Kelly Rowland, having your whole day ruined.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Nicki Minaj's fan base is harassing Kelly Rowland for this interview where she didn't mention Nicki's name. However, Kelly Rowland is unbothered on a date for Valentine's Day with her loving husband that is not on the registry. Kelly wins.
Music, if there's a rapper, female rapper you would like to work with, who would it be?
I don't know. I really, really love Cardi. I love Meg. I love Doechii.
Doechii's great.
I love Doechii. I love them because they are women's women. I love them because they are pro-women. They support each other. And that's what I know. That's what I've grown up learning, what I've grown up knowing. And I stand up for us. Yeah. And I'm not about division, nor will I ever be. And that's what it's about. Period.
Well, Kelly Rowland won a second time because she didn't spend any time that she will never get back arguing with bots in the comments. That is well done. It was quite a dilemma. You know, all those comments saying your name, but you're a survivor. And I'll be honest, the way she handled that, it's motivation.
I'ma be a motivation.
Can you pay my bill? Can you pay my internet bill? Can you pay my automobile? Can you pay for my bot bill? I don't think you do. No, these fans, they are true. Can you say that, Nicki?
Wow! Okay!
An analysis with Politico reveals the rap sensation's advocacy for conservative causes has been amplified by an army of bots and coordinated activity. Nicki Minaj spent the past year transforming herself from a polarizing rap superstar into a high-profile conservative provocateur, lobbing viral attacks on Democratic leaders, boosting MAGA talking points, and earning public praise from Donald Trump and his allies. But quietly humming in the background of her varied social media blitzes, a sophisticated army of bots was unconditionally praising and amplifying Minaj's content, according to a new report shared exclusively with Politico. The analysis, which looked at social media activity from November 11th to December 28th, provides a window into how the rapper was able to capture millions of views online and position herself as a celebrity the White House found value in partnering with. Last month, Minaj joined the president at a Trump account summit where Trump invited her on stage, showered her with praise, and recorded a chummy TikTok video with her afterward. The report found inauthentic accounts repeatedly amplified Minaj's posts with praise that used highly similar language, particularly in response to posts where authentic accounts were criticizing Trump. Other inauthentic activities surrounding Minaj included longer, more detailed comments designed to appear organic. Nicki, you are brave for living your truth. People might not always agree with what's being played out, but as an artist and watching your growth as a person is inspiring. Read one comment from a purported Minaj fan, LAX 762836656. That was deemed fake by Ciabra. They ain't even try with that one. Hey, that one got away. That one got away. But one thing to take away, because if I were to read something like that and not see that it was LAX and more numbers than it is in pi afterwards, I would say, how could a person have observed the last decade of Nicki Minaj's public life and fix their fingers to post that? And you know what? No person did. So, you know, I feel better. I'll be honest. I feel a lot better. Now, wait a minute. What about all those TikToks that you use from Barb's and your past videos? Too soon. It's too soon. Ciabra identified one day, December 26th, when fake profiles made up 56% of all comments on political posts by Minaj. Did you say December 26th? Huh. That must have been her Christmas present. That must have been her Christmas present all them at night, and then they all just went right to work. I'll be honest, them bots wasn't playing. Ciabra is about 85% confident the more than 18,000 profiles identified are fake. But if the company were to narrow that scope to profiles that exhibit even stronger signs of inauthenticity, the confidence level could easily rise into the 90s. And when accounts boosting Minaj posted content that researchers identified as toxic, the algorithm drove her posts even further. Companies determine toxicity by assessing not just the positive or negative words used in a post, but the apparent intent behind them. Personal attacks, slurs, threats, or comments that seem designed to deter a reasonable person from engaging in conversations are typically considered toxic.
Nicki Minaj is essentially the Dr. Seuss of her time, and what I mean when I say that is she's objectively a disgusting and reprehensible person by pretty much all metrics of basic humanity and common decency, yet her one singular talent that appears to be an innate ability to rhyme words together in a silly fashion that particularly resonates with children has cemented her with a legacy she really does not deserve as much as many female rappers who came before her. In case you're not already up to date, the self-proclaimed queen of rape has spent the past 24 hours deflecting from the fact that her husband is a convicted sexual predator who is not allowed near public parks or elementary schools by making fun of Megan Thee Stallion for getting shot, as well as referring to her as Bigfoot. It's always amusing to me how Nicki Minaj immediately jumps to making fun of other people's appearances, as if she didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in 2008 getting illegal Craigslist butt injections from some guy in his basement. And not just that, she lied about it for 10 years and only confessed after her ass cheeks were visibly deflating in public and everybody could already tell. And listen, I'm not at all reveling in the fact that she's a terrible person. I was a very big Nicki Minaj fan growing up. Ask anybody who went to middle school with me. I loved her so much I would defend her to anybody who would listen. I saw her doing that, and I was like, finally some real music. However, around 2018, when she started intentionally surrounding herself with offenders, I kind of fell off the wagon. She was announcing her associations with them faster than she was dropping new music. And it's always especially humorous to me when I see Nicki Minaj as well as her fans attempt to defend her by saying, you only attack the men she associates with for being sexual predators because you don't have anything on her. I beg to differ, Barbs. Because not only are we talking about a woman who once gave a lap dance to a 13-year-old boy, we're talking about a woman who once made a song with a then 16-year-old Little Twist, in which she says these lyrics. In conclusion, yeah, she's going to hell. Let's hope all that silicone doesn't release too many toxic fumes while she's burning.
When the conversation is limited to toxic content, a substantially stronger amplification effect emerges. These accounts predominantly amplify content produced by Nicki Minaj and Turning Point USA, indicating a notable overlap between the two within this discourse. Several of the accounts involved have previously been identified as exhibiting fake campaign-like behavior in the context of Minaj's online activity within and relating to the music industry. Hey, Nicki, you don't want TPUSA. Now you don't. Hey, if the TPUSA bots come on your page, you gotta block them because they gonna air out the whole. They gonna make everybody look bad. We know they didn't put no money into their bots.
Is my purpose.
Pass the butter.
The TPUSA bots are fake as that gold card. Yeah, they really just for display purposes only. They not working. They not really working. You know. It made everybody about as comfortable as that Trump Bible that you posted with his signature on the front. Speaking of which, fans noticed the Bible gift Nicki Minaj foolishly accepted from Trump has the same signature as the one he used in his letters to Epstein. What do Barbs have to say about this, since they love holding people accountable over Epstein files? Can you ask bots specific questions? Do they go back and forth with you, or do they just end up like going to grok? I don't know. I don't be on X like that. So y'all got to let me know. Hey, bots, they left y'all. They asking about the Bible. Yeah. Well, consider it toxic. It's high priority.
Oh my God.
Minaj's online activity was not only amplified by inauthentic accounts, but also a string of authentic accounts, including those of popular conservative influencers Dom Lucra and Matt Wallace. The way those accounts parroted Minaj's talking points suggests strategic coordination behind the scenes. Interesting. That name sounds familiar. Isn't that the same guy who I caught posting that video from Toronto, who literally switched the white and black of the perpetrator and the victim in order to push black fatigue? That's him, right? I wonder if he felt the need to respond.
Emergency announcement. They're getting ready to set up Nicki Minaj this week, most likely by tomorrow or by the latest on Friday. Politico, a journalist named Jason, reached out to me to ask me if I would be willing to speak with them about Nicki Minaj. They sent me an email asking me if I'm willing to talk about Nicki Minaj being pushed online by bots and campaigns, and requesting for information on if I got paid to push Nicki Minaj's account and how much money have they paid me to push her account. This is a hit piece that Politico is getting ready to drop, but you gotta understand, this is in cooperation with mainstream media. When they send these emails out, and any other journalist or any influencer that's had these interactions can vouch for it, this is when the demons have already made their decision, and they're just letting you know, they're giving you the opportunity to slander your goddamn self. They're not giving you the opportunity. See, this is the thing. Every time these people reach out and you respond back to them, they never give you the opportunity to get this information deleted or cancel their story. No, because they have someone they're employed to, and they have a deadline. They're not asking you to give any validation, anything to invalidate their claims. No, they want you to only validate their claims, I should say. Anything that invalidates it, it gets completely left out. So I hit him up. I said, this is one of the craziest conspiracy theories I've ever seen. Of course, he hasn't responded back yet, but I'm here to tell you what's about to happen. You're about to see mainstream media pieces talk about Nicki Minaj's algorithm has been manipulated. Why are they doing this? Because Nicki Minaj is now pulling so many liberals to the right that they now have to push out a theory that these aren't real organic people, and that she's now manipulating the system with bots.
Y'all saw it? Y'all saw it? So let me get this straight. Your response to a coordinated campaign of uplifting Nicki Minaj is reading a statement. That's your... At least practice a couple times so that you can get it out and make it seem authentic. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't put no effort into this. You didn't put no effort. That was a TPUSA bot performance. That was a TPUSA bot performance. We looking at a straight Nicki Minaj bot performance. Come on, Dom Lucra. They gonna kick you out the campaign like they kick you out the TPUSA event. Minaj's foray into politics comes after Trump made inroads with Black and Hispanic voters in the 2024 election. He and his allies have been eager to propel a political realignment around a multiracial, working class, right populist coalition, but polls show that 2024 coalition has frayed badly over the past year. Ah, yes. Nothing says a multiracial working class coalition like anti-DEI, mass deportation, white replacement standing in front of Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. Yeah, that's that multiracial working class. That's that multiracial working class coalition is about as authentic as these bots. Really, that's what they belong together, which tells you quite a bit about how that branding got off the ground.
Really broke the glass ceiling on behalf of women.
I think I'm doing the military a great favor.
Nobody knows that better than me.
Nobody even understands it but me.
I truly believe that the first 100 days of my administration has been just about the most successful in our country's history.
Stop the cap.
Now, let's make one thing pretty clear, because the article reflected on the 2024 election and the amplification of Black MAGAs as well as Latinos for Trump, which is something that we witnessed and something that we saw. The use of this kind of inauthentic engagement is not new, not to the internet, certainly not to the right. Something we should all be paying attention to. But moreover, the fact that they go into overdrive when it comes to toxic content and material. So if these bots are pushing Nicki Minaj's content even harder, the more toxic that it is, I can only imagine how that might work vis-a-vis a white account that is looking to spread misinformation, stereotypes, and general anti-Black racism online. Like most MAGA mouthpieces, we are not surprised Nicki Minaj needs bots to stay relevant. That from Gavin Newsom. They finna drag you. They finna drag you. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. You know what you need, Nicki Minaj? You need a bot to stand out in front and just distract attention from what's going on with this. You need one bot to really go out there and take the L.
Here in California at this UPS store in San Diego, over 30 people are registered to vote as this is their primary residence. It's all right to have this as a location where you receive a ballot, but you can't have it as your primary residence. And all of these people do right here. For instance, this lady right here, Gloria, she's 100 years old and she voted in the 2024 election. In fact, the large majority of these people voted in the 2024 election, and some of these people even have the exact same P.O. boxes. I don't think too many people can live inside of a P.O. box. And what's concerning about this is right now in Poly Market, Gavin Newsom is also setting the stage to become the next Democrat nominee for the 2028 election. Meanwhile, there's massive voter fraud taking place. You actually don't even need an ID to vote here inside of California. And like I said, over 30 people are registered to vote inside of this UPS store alone. A little crazy.
How about that? Right on time. You know what I mean? Right on time. Now that's a good one. That's a good one. Make sure you re-up with that one next month. Nick Shirley discovered voter fraud in California with over 30 people registered to vote at a UPS store, except above the UPS store at the same address was a whole apartment building. Man, they gave him a whole community note and a definition of mixed-use properties. Even Elon Musk wasn't down with that one. They community noted you at your home on X. Hey, Nick Shirley, where you going to next? Nick Shirley claims 2,100 people are registered to vote at a California 7-Eleven, fails to see giant apartment building at the same address. Nick Shirley shocks the nation by uncovering this Montgomery Ward's not only doesn't have VHS tapes, but is also completely empty. Too soon. Don't talk about Montgomery Ward. No, I'm still mad. I'm still mad about Montgomery Ward. I miss Bradley's. I miss Zaire. They didn't have to do Montgomery Wards like that. At least I can say this, because as much as it was hard for me to believe that there was not going to be any more Montgomery Wards. Did people actually, what kind of MAGA would have actually gone for this? Every Nick Shirley post is an IQ test. From Don Jr., it never ends. Imagine if the mainstream media actually spend even a few minutes looking into any of these things. Now, I'll be honest. I felt a little bit better knowing that some of the stuff that I was reading online that was wild is inauthentic. But now I'm back to disgust with humanity again. Because that's a real, you know what I mean? Now I don't really come full circle when it comes to the amplification of absolute nonsense. And speaking of Don Jr., let's be very sober in the damage that the spread of inauthentic information by inauthentic accounts or inauthentic creators can do.
Do you guys know that a large part of the reason ICE is even in Minnesota right now is because a 23-year-old content creator claims he uncovered fraudulent daycares run by Somali immigrants? So Nick Shirley is a 23-year-old content creator who, before this current moment, was best known for making prank videos. Like, he has one where he sneaks into Jake Paul's wedding, which I thought Logan Paul was twins. I did not know Jake Paul was an issue. So about a month ago, on December 26th, Nick Shirley posts a video and he titles it, "I investigated Minnesota's billion-dollar fraud scandal." You guys know the fraud scandal. We post this video and we'll get into the contents, but immediately after we post it, a bunch of prominent right-wingers jump on it. Elon Musk reposted it. JD Vance reposted it and said that the investigative work Nick Shirley did in the video was more important work than that of Pulitzer Prize winners. That's how down bad JD Vance is. Just a few days later, the Trump administration announces that it's sending 2,000 ICE officers as part of Operation Metro Surge.
And if you want to know just how bad things are online, authentic or inauthentic, okay? If you want to know just how low the level of discourse is, at least on X, take a look at something that I saw from DJ Vlad. Let's play a game. I want you to take note of your reaction to what you read. I have a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory, and they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. The LA police are all on Jay's payroll, and it doesn't stop with LA. But you're not ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who assaulted Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, all paid off by the Rock Mafia. Jay also paid Trump not to pardon Tory, even though it's a state case. Jay can only pardon federal cases. But knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay wasn't taking any chances. I can't keep these lies secret anymore. If this was my last tweet, you know who silenced me. Now, at what point did you know that he was trolling? Like, at what point, I'm going to put it back up. At what point did you know he was trolling? For me, it was all the jury members to convict Tory. 12 jury members and nobody said nothing? Nah.
I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool to do it.
I can't even trust my own kids not to tell my wife I threw her casserole away. You mean to tell me 12 jurors, nobody said nothing to nobody? Nobody was honest, not a single whistleblower and the judge? No. You can't trust 12 people to do nothing, okay? That's when I knew that he was trolling. Look at the engagement of this post. 23,000 retweets and over 100,000 likes. And not only that, we got reaction pages. DJ Vlad exposed Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion for paying him off and falsely imprisonating Tory Lanez. And I'm sorry, but DJ Vlad, Nicki Minaj, and others might not be far from the truth. So what we've learned is that multiple things can be true. The fact is that a lot of the wildest, most outlandish claims that you see online are being amplified by bots and inauthentic accounts, some even authored by bots and inauthentic accounts. But also the level of critical thinking in this country is at an all-time low. Both things are true. And they create a perfect space for Nicki Minaj's conservative MAGA turn in 2026 and Nick Shirley. Wow. Well, that was quite a journey. I came in feeling bad about this Black History Month, and then I circled back around to feel a little bit better, and then I landed feeling terrible again. Yeah, it's just like the Winter Olympics. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Well, we did it. We finally hit another milestone.
Yay!
Hey, put your shirt back on. What you think, you in the cabinet? That's right, we passed 700. I ain't been this excited to pass 700 since I took my SATs. No, that was just on the math section. I didn't have a whole 700 score. Well, see, SATs used to be out of 1600. You know, I'm not going to explain this to y'all. Y'all got me explaining the olden days, got me feeling old. I talk about the good old days and I get up limping for no reason whatsoever. Wikipedia is your friend.
Yeah, boy.
And as we always do, we gonna party. But I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to all the people whose work have led us here, starting with our editors, Denzel and Boz.
What? Bro, let's get straight to it. On my mama, we lit.
If y'all got issues with any of the videos, y'all blame them.
That's cold-blooded.
If you like it, then I did it, because I be editing sometimes too. You know when I edit, because the audio be all over the place. You know, the audio get loud for no reason. That's how you know that I edited something. And of course, I want to give a shout out to my man David Threefall, who is not only responsible for all of the thumbnails, but as well as creating the intros and the outros for Street Politics and Troubled Waters and Races of the Week. He did them all. Who Raised Y'all? He organized and created all of those intros and outros that you see and enjoy on the channel. So shout out to him. And by the way, if you're looking for any of that kind of stuff, make sure you give him a shout.
I need it!
One day I'm going to show y'all some of the outtakes, some of the rejected scenes from the creation of all of those. That might have to hit the members channel before too long. But if you're looking for any of that kind of work, you can hit me up at admin@ReeseWaters.com and I will pass you along to him. Of course, our head moderator, Mrs. Ray, always keeping things moving and keeping things on point. Shout out to her, as well as for organizing my email.
Yeah!
Wouldn't nobody get answers if it wasn't for Miss Ray. Y'all just be like seeing an old classmate in the grocery store. I'm just gonna keep it pushing. If he don't see me, he won't miss me.
What do you mean by that?
And of course, where would we be without Regina doing the Lord's work on research? She reaches far and wide, and all of the ways in which you guys always talk about how the clips are always on time and relevant, and all the videos are so in depth and you get so much good context. That is thanks to Regina. So shout out to her. But she been sparing Ohio. I've been seeing how y'all been moving Ohio. Regina trying to protect you. It ain't gonna work. I got something for you. I got something for you. Of course, I want to give a shout out to all of our current mods, including lovely Nola, Deshauna, Kristen, and I believe Mimi is on the way as well. Shout out to her. And of course, I got to give a shout out to all the people over at Patreon, especially the people that keep the Patreon chat moving. Did y'all know we have a 24-hour Patreon chat? Patreon.com/ReeseWaters. My man TP and Daniel Witters and Keith Green and Treva, so many people out there, as well as people that actually go from Patreon to YouTube and back again. April Hughes, Denatra, Joyce Samples, Sarge Tech, Roberta, all you guys so much. I really appreciate all of your support, all of your love, all of your encouragement, keeping this channel going and get us pushing to and past 700K. 700K? What, they think we buying Nicki Minaj bots? That's too high.